Dansk. Const modifier allows you to specify fields where their value is known at compile time, will not change during the runtime of the program. Okay, I think this would be simple then. You'd think. I hope so. Short. What?
Rewinds ett
Where's the
säger, he made
exercise?
it at the start.
Hey, yes, you did! Yeah, and you're first as well. Oh, I see what happened. This, I see. Well, this should, okay, wait, this is really long. I was like, this should be easy, because of the nature of it, but, yeah, no, it still might be easy. Honestly, some of the ones that have like really short instructions are the hardest, because it's like, they give you so little instructions, and it's hard to figure out what's happening. Hmm. The constant modifier can be, and generally should be, wait, is my headphones? Oh, sorry, I wasn't even sure if my headphones are working for a moment. Um,
Legion 18C säger, what could possibly be difficult about anything coding?
I would answer that question by making a joke, but if I make a joke, it might like jinx me, and I might really regret making this joke. Well, fuck it. I was gonna say nothing at all. Nothing at all. Coding is easy. It's easier than like anything else on the planet. I'm not gonna regret this. The constant modifier can be and generally should be applied to any field where its value is known at compile time and will not change during the lifetime of the program.
Legion 18C säger,
No! No! That means to be titled this Grand plus Master. Wow. The read-only modifier can be, and generally should be, applied to any field that cannot be made const, where its value will not change during the lifetime of the program, and is either set by an inline initializer, oh, or during instantiation.
Rewinds ett säger, at Legion 18C the hardest part is finding the missing semicolon.
Isn't that what the compiler's there for you? To just be like, hey, missing semicolon on line this. Sorry, will not change. That cannot be made const. It's like, it doesn't really explain, like, oh, why couldn't you make it const? But I guess some can't be made const. And you don't want the value to change, is how I'm interpreting this. And it is set by an inline initializer. Oh, so like a bit further on in the program. Or during instantiation by the constructor or
Centralican
method.
säger, alright, what bullshit we got today that's gonna cost you your liver.
Oh,
Legion
nice.
18C
Nice girl.
säger, this is true.
Mm. Well, it's about constant, so like in theory it's supposed to be easy,
Centralican
right? In
säger,
theory.
what's the question?
I could just go around in the code and be like, make everything a constant and then it just solve itself. I don't even know what problem it is they want me to solve. But like it should be easy because it's about constants. That's what I'd like to think. It'll be easy. It'll be easy. And then I can you're just a lucky I get to have an easy day. Oh my god, I hope you're around, Corrupt, for when I do the reflection problem. Oh, it's gonna be so fun. I actually it was Legion that made it for me, so that was really nice. Yay.
Centralican säger, but what's the question about const you have?
Oh, I don't think I have a question about constant. So, oh, okay. I think it's saying like you use instead of a constant you use read only
Centralican säger, it
when
sounded like you
a
were
value is
confused
assigned
about
later
something.
and not like this immediately. Or it's the value is from made from the constructor or whatever. Yeah, that I was just looking at understanding their explanation of constant and read only, but I think I understand. I mean, it could be wrong, but that's how I'm interpreting it. Like, I think this makes sense because read only is basically constant, but it's for like when it's like initialized after kind of
Centralikan
type of thing.
säger, read-only är lika med assigned once by the
Once by the
constructor,
constructor.
never changed
Okay.
again. Example, it's
He
for an instance.
constructor. So if you made this here in this sample code, if you made this a constant, then the compiler would yell at you because it's like, oh no, you used a constructor to make something. That has to be read only, not constant, I think. I'm at the call by the constructor. Defensive copying. In security sensitive
Centralikan
situations.
säger, whom don't remember the
Okay.
exact rules for constants.
Or even simply on a large code base where developers have different priorities and agendas. You should avoid allowing a class's public API to be circumvented by accepting and storing a method's mutable parameters. Or by exposing a mutable member of a class through a return value or as an out parameter. Okay, so I guess this one's about not letting people break things. Read only collections. Oh! Like, give a second. I just remember something.
Rewinset säger, it's weird cause I think C# const is like C++ const expr and read only is like C++ const. Centralikan säger, I don't know if you can make a constant object type. Intuition says you can't but id.
C++ const X read only is like C++ const. Oh, what? That's funny. You can type integration says you can't. I don't know. Yeah. Read only.
Centralikan säger, well but you can make a const A-string though right? Maybe they can be structs. Let me throw up on Dansk and see what it says.
Read only collections. While the read only modifier prevents the value or reference in a field from being overwritten, it offers no protection for the members of a reference type. Read only list int equals new list int void foo inst.add 1 okay int equals new list int fails to compile. To ensure that all members of a reference type are protected, the fields can be made read-only and automatic properties can be defined without a set accessor. Oh yeah. But that's not what they're doing in the sample code. They're not using a property or anything. They're just using like a method in the thing. whatever. The base class library provides some read-only versions of collections where there is a requirement to stop members of collections being updated. These come in the form of wrappers. Read-only dictionary exposes a dictionary as read-only. Read-only collection exposes a list as read-only. I see. Where there is a requirement to stop members of collections. Cool. The authentication system that you last saw in developer privileges. I don't even remember that one at all. Is in need of some attention. You have been tasked with cleaning up the code. Such a cleanup project will not only make life easy for future maintainers. See, I get to clean up code again. Like, I'm so good at code. I get to my job is now cleaning it up. Such a cleanup project will not only make life easy for future maintainers, but will expose and fix some security vulnerabilities. Set appropriate fields and properties to const. This is a refactoring task. Add the const modifier to any members of authenticator or identity that you think appropriate. Okay. I can just do whatever I think. Oh, ha, ha. Oh, this, I kind of remember this. It's authenticator, iColor, authenticator, constructor, admin, Vista admin equals admin.
Centralican säger, okay, so const can only be primitive types, null value reference types, or a string. The only reference type that can be a non-null as a const.
Interesting, okay.
Ruins ett säger, general rule, and Kinda the default in Rust, everything should be immutable by default and only mutable if it must be.
Oh, that's interesting, Rewinds. That's like their baseline is like everything is const. It's fun. Only admin. Private iDictionary string identity developers.
Legion 18C säger, I often spam read-only everywhere in my own code.
I'm trying to remember with like, this is iDictionary. Dictionary. But this is, I'm trying to remember how the syntax works, but this is the, one of these is the key and one of these is the definition. But is this the key and this is the definition? That's like, that's how you make a dictionary. It's the string is the key and identity, or is it like the string is the definition and identity is the key? I don't remember. It's kind of been a while since I did dictionary.
Ruins ett säger, yes.
Read only everywhere my own code.
Nice. First is key.
Key definition. Key
Value.
value. Yes.
Key and value.
Thank you. Read only everywhere. That's fun. Oh yeah. Okay, so I see you're turning your C# into Rust. Yay. Return equals new identity.
Centralican säger, I don't think I've used read-only much.
Return. Okay, so this is the initialization.
Centralican säger, usually I use a get only or get private set property.
The hell? What? What is this? Oh no, this is that. Sorry. The key equals Oh, it's like a double
Rewinstet
initialization, but
säger, it is
that's
just
cool.
good practice to keep
Equals
things
new
immutable unless
identity.
they need to be immutable for whatever reason.
But doesn't this? I'm kind of surprised about the syntax because, like, I thought if you say new
Legion
identity,
18C säger, I'm the weirdo that leaks using public
hmm,
read-only fields over properties.
I thought like
Centralikan
this was
säger,
gonna
no
require
fucking
a
clue what this is. This would be invalid syntax in the version of C# I'm familiar with.
parentheses. This syntax is weird to me. I thought there'd be like I thought this was like a should be a constructor thing, and then I don't know this here like goes into the parentheses. But no, it's like I don't know what the syntax is weird. This of the second part to me. Eh.
Centralikan säger, oh wait maybe it isn't.
Oh, so this syntax
Centralikan
surprises you
säger,
too?
no we do know what this is.
Showing values.
Legion 18C säger, it's just initializing values in the
Yeah,
dictionary.
I know that that's what it's doing, but it's
Rewinds
just
et
weird that
säger,
you're allowed to
this
do
looks
it in
like
this way.
initializer lists in C++ in C#. Centralikan säger, it's using the thing for initialization.
Because it's like identity is an object. So like if you make an object, I'm always like, don't you always do
Centralikan
new
säger, where
that
you
object
can
name
initialize and set
parentheses and
specific
then
fields
you
to
call the
certain things.
constructor because it's making each time like a new object, but this looks different, normal. So it just seems weird. That you can like create an object like this, I guess, and only I guess maybe in a dictionary because it seems to be like very specific about um dictionary initialization. Maybe I don't know. There was a problem in here about dictionaries before.
Centralikan säger, it's probably not specific to dictionary.
Oh, there's a unique way to do an object, but and
Legion
then decide the
18C säger,
fields, I
oh,
guess, instead of
yes,
using a
in newer
constructor.
versions of C# you can leave out the on a constructor call if there aren't any parameters in the constructor.
Oh, so it's being left out. Weird. Okay. And then so this isn't part of the
Exombrax
constructor,
14
but you can
säger,
actually,
hello.
hi, Sombra. But so you can actually like initialize the variables in the field of that object
Centralikan
just by
säger,
doing
more
this.
likely that dictionary has a this string yet set, and that's what's happening here. Legion 18C
Oh, more
säger,
likely
it's
the
kind
dictionary
of
has
a silly addition to C#.
gets set. Oh, that's what you think. Wait. Oh, that somewhere. Oh, so it's related to dictionary, but they built a dictionary string thing, like where it's like taking the strings and it has to do with like the library code that allows this for.
Centralikan säger,
Wait, no, this
look
isn't
up
a. Oh, I don't know.
indexers C#.
Hmm. Indexers.
Legion 18C säger, yes, you can
Oh,
initialize
okay. Of
fields
an
or
object like
properties
that.
of an object like that. I often do it when I'm too lazy to
Oh,
make
okay.
a
So this you
proper
can just do this with all
constructor.
objects. This is cool. I've never seen this. This does look like a very lazy thing to do, but I can see myself using this then. If you can do it like this.
Crimson's in the roll säger,
Oh, hello,
that's a lot
Crimson. Nice
of
to meet
code I
you.
have no clue as to what the fuck language it is.
Why are people so mean to C sharp? It's such a friendly, nice looking language. It's so friendly. It's not like I'm doing like a functional language like Haskell, and that's what it's called, or or or, or yeah.
Centralikan säger, nu vektor 3, x är lika med 3, y är lika med 1, z är lika med 4.
Yes, this is C sharp.
Legion
Identity,
18C
Anders new
säger,
identity.
yes, exactly like that.
Ooh. Public identity admin gets.
Crimson's in the roll säger, I just have no clue what it's doing.
And then the
Centralikan
admin.
säger, but yeah look up that indexers thing. I bet that's what the dictionary thing is doing.
This also might seem like a stupid question.
Legion 18C säger, it's initializing entries in a new
But
dictionary.
I feel like private in the admin. Oh, so there's two admins? We're making two admins? This is an admin here. And then this is an admin too? But no, but there's a property. But like it's also like a it's an admin that has a getter, setter, but they're both like admins. Basically, they're both like fields that have two different
Legion
admins.
18C
This one has
säger,
capital
what does the second admin do? It
sets the oh what the fuck? It just sets the other admin to value. What I guess is valued. I don't actually know this keyword, but like I assume value is admin equals whatever this thing is, put its own value in.
Legion 18C säger, what is the second admin?
And then it returns the other one. What is the point of this? Am I wrong? This is the second admin, right?
Centralikan säger, yeah asking the Google, it is indexers.
What I'm looking at has to do with indexers. No idea what that is still.
Centralikan säger, wait where are we, what's the question?
Oh. I was just wondering, I noticed that there's two admins here. There's
Legion
this private
18C
admin.
säger, yeah, the second admin is a property that gives access to the admin field.
Why? What's... Oh. Okay. Because it's private. Oh, because it's private, now you need a way to access it, and you do it through this public one instead. But like, I don't know. Sometimes things are so weird to me in coding, like why we do this. Because it's like, can't you just use this one field here, and then this is good enough? Like, okay.
Rewinds ett säger, cause OP allow.
Yeah, it's like,
säger, because it's private, and usually so you can control when, how it's accessed.
I swear.
Centralikan säger,
I think everything
so
should be public all the time. I don't have to bother with all these things. You can change it later. Okay.
Centralikan säger, without breaking the entire code base everywhere that it's relied on. Legion 18C säger, it's considered best practice to make a property to access fields. I just make it a public field though.
Get a public field. Wait, are you saying you would make this public, and then you'd still, even if this if the first admin was public, you would still keep this property anyway because it's practice?
Well, a colleague of mine would strongly agree with
you. I'm gonna learn with a colleague. Yes.
Insättningstecken unless you need to worry about changing how it's accessed. Exombrax 14 säger, jag make everything public, but I use Python.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know. Sometimes it's just been a while since I've like seen like the properties, but yes, the properties are the things where it's like the field that pretends that is actually a method, but pretends to be a field. So it's just a method that just needs that keeps throwing me off. I was like, why do we have two fields? But this is not actually a field, I guess. This is actually a method, so you have to have another one, another copy. Like the real field is this. This is the field. But then that means, okay, wait, the previous thing I did on C# yesterday, were there two copies of it? Because I wasn't really paying attention to that yesterday. with the nested types? Because there were properties in it. So if there were properties, then that means there needs to be a copy of the actual field. Like, this is a property current sponsor, but there should be another current sponsor somewhere else, right? Isn't that what this implies? If that were true, or unless I'm misunderstanding it. Because I think there's only one current sponsor, and it's up here. So that's confusing. And then...
Legion 18C säger, the theme from yesterday is what you call an autoproperty. It marks a hidden field behind the
Oh! That's right! I forgot about that completely. It just does that.
When you have multiple compiled binaries dependent on each other. Centralikan säger, since our property has a different signature from our field.
Auto property. So this one isn't an auto property then.
This is making me dislike C#.
Yeah, because you have it specifying what it's supposed to do. So it's not auto, so now it has to be made. Okay, thank you. Thanks so much. Let's go review. This is making me dislike C#. C-sharp. I'm so sorry, Rewinds.
Account names was based off of.
Here's the thing, Rewinds. You're supposed to like these features. It's not supposed to make you feel disgusted. You're supposed to say, oh, that's convenient. I'll switch to C# because it'll make my life as doing developing things easier. What a useful feature. That's the best syntax I've ever seen. C# is supposed to make you think. Say this. Yes. Hidden property. That's what one of my account names was based off of. Oh, really? That's cool. Oh, K vacuum fill. That one. The hidden property. That's fun. I see.
Rewinds säger, idek imkinda hatting it.
I don't know. I'm kind of hating it. Nice. Well, I just want you to know that this reaction is entirely normal. Because this was my reaction to learning about this stuff in C# for the first time. It's like, I hate this. I want like a C# light version with all the syntax sugar removed entirely. So I just have to type it out manually, but then it's like easier for me to understand what the hell is happening and what things are. But yeah.
Rewinds säger, then you would see.
Oh. But then C's hard. It's hard to set up. You have to get it's hard to get a compiler, and it's just, you have to set everything up by yourself.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Okay. They say if I learn C# and once I get over all the annoying things, that my life will be easier because it is a convenient language. This is the dream, you know. Well, the C# has good documentation. Now I have to defend C#. It has good documentation. I really do like that. It is nice. It is very modern and really cool. The best program documentation I've ever seen.
Lol.
Public string identity get developers. Turn it off. Let's see, what is this? Oh yeah, because it's returning it's return type. Returning the dictionary? Yes. Public struct identity. Public string email gets set. Public string color gets set. Oh, okay. And struct. Oh, there, and then they're using it. Oh, and it's an auto property again. Cool. Alright, what was I supposed to do again? Make everything private that I think should be private. Yes. Or constant, sorry. To any members of authenticator or identity you think appropriate. So authenticators here. Identities here. Okay, So what do I think should be constant? These are constant. These shouldn't ever be changed because it's. I mean, the variable name is blue, so it shouldn't. The string should never not be blue. Constant, constant,
Centralikan
constant.
säger, I'm gonna put encoding talk what properties with a, get, set, turn into.
Ah, okay. Constant. Constant. Cool.
Centralikan säger, it's fair now.
Thank you. Okay. And then let's see. Does this mean publish email get set?
Centralikan säger,
I don't
there's
think
a
these
lot
should be
of fun stuff
constant.
like that the compiler does.
Okay. Set appropriate fields to read-only. This is a refactoring task. Add the read-only modifier to any fields with authenticator class identity struct that you think appropriate. I mean, email can change, so I don't think that should be read-only. Eye color never changes, so I guess that should be read-only. That's the point of this. Identity admin. We're using that again.
Centralikan säger, you remember the
Admin
operator
equals
from
admin.
either yesterday or the day before.
Developer. Tyler does. Yep, I do.
Centralikan säger, operator plus, left, right becomes op understreck addition, left, right.
Mm. I'm trying to figure out. Honestly, I'm thinking to myself if this private needs to change to something else, but I don't know. No, I don't think. I think these. Well, I think this one needs to say private. I think because this one might be modified, like a new developer could be added or something. But then for an admin, turn admin equals value. Oh, identity is email and eye color. But that can change, so I don't think that should be. Yeah, I think I shouldn't touch that. Okay. Number 3. Ensure that the class cannot be changed once it has been created. Remove the set accessor or make it private for any appropriate property on the authenticator class or identity struct. Maybe I should just like run it and see if it has multiple tasks, like what they are. Because like just in case I made a mistake with some of these other things. Ugh. Oh, what syntax? Because it has a set what? Okay. 51. Oh yeah, it has sets. Do I need to erase sets? No, never mind. No, like
Centralikan
we'll just
säger,
keep it.
oh yeah, since it's on my mind, I mentioned it before, but there is a reason to mark everything properties in particular for anything production or for use by other developers.
Oh. Admin cannot be tampered with. Oh, one of these completed. That's cool. Admin, check admin cannot be tampered with. What does this do? At present, the admin identity field is returned by a call to admin. This is not ideal as the caller can modify the field. Find a way to prevent the caller from modifying the details of admin on the authenticator object. I didn't change any of those though.
Centralikan säger, if you change the code inside of a method, other existing compiled binaries can still call the newly updated method without being broken since the signature is the same. But if you change the signature, it breaks completely. If you were to rename or later on change a field into a property, it would break every compiled binary that depended on referenced that field.
Rename or later on change a field. Oh.
Nulmaropo säger, why is your tits in Swedish, Norwegian?
Because it's fun. But because well, I learned Danish, but the Danish TTS has like a $1 budget and has all these artifacts in the voice where it makes inhuman sounds, and it's really sad. I would use the Danish one, but like the Swedish one is really good and doesn't doesn't pronounce things perfectly in English, but that's to be expected. But there's no like corruption in the voice. It sounds very clear and human, so that's what I'm using. Also, it's adorable. Probably just really went to math. That's it. Why do you learn any Swedish or Norwegian or anything, or are you Swedish or Norwegian? That'd be cool.
Nulmaropo säger, inhuman sounds. That's offensive to Danish people.
No, the TTS actually does. Like I could show you and switch it over to Danish and give you a sample. It's not because of the sounds Danish people make. It's literally like an artifact in the voice where it's like you know, like it's like glitches out a lot, and it's really sad. Like they should have put more money into it or something. It just doesn't do what it should do. I'll switch it over and show you, and it is interesting. It doesn't always happen, but it happens on some words where it freaks out. Yes, but it gives me a chance to show off something that I think is funny. Well, y'all are gonna be speaking with the Danish TTS for a while until I get annoyed with it and switch it back. Let's see. I forgot which of the ones though. Here, I need to do some testing on my side. Which are the ones I use? Because it's been a while. Which is the male one?
Selvtoserinetisere test.
Not that one.
Centralikan säger, in B4 first text turns into dim.
Not, what about this one? Actually, it might be number 1. There's 4 options here.
Selvdoserende til sager. Test.
It's not that one.
Selvdoserende til sager. Test.
Okay, this one.
Säger, tist.
So yeah, I'll just use that, and at some point, unless they like actually fix it, and maybe, because I mean it's possible it could just be fixed. And we'll see if. Oh wait, I have to switch all of you guys over to that one now too.
Rewins ett säger, I am Danish beep boop. Centralikan
Beep
säger,
boop. Wow.
it never changes and never gets fixed.
Maybe
Marocco
not.
säger, I'm not any Nordic BT, it's just funny.
It is. You're right. Escape with Dansk. 3? No, 2. Oh, 1. Okay. Hey, if it actually turns out that it got fixed and it doesn't do the whole corrupted thing, then I can just make it like a chat reward and be like, oh, does the chat want to be Danish or Swedish today? You know, have fun.
Nulmar på sager, rødgrød med fløde.
And it speaks Danish fine. It's just, if I remember right, it just happens when it's like.
Nulmar på sager, okay, it's working perfectly.
So far, yes. It just does it on specific words on occasion. It annoys me when it happens. But as long as it doesn't happen, I'll keep this up for the special stream. Oh, the Dash is so funny. The admin identity field is returned by a call to admin. This is not ideal, as the caller can modify the field. Yeah. Prevent the call from modifying the details of admin. You know, I don't think I ever solved this problem, but this test case passes, so that this is confusing me right now. I think they may have accidentally like solved it. Wait, so if I make this public, then maybe what happens here is maybe this was supposed to be public in the boilerplate, and you were supposed to turn it private or something. I don't know. I'm just making a guess. So then that test case breaks because I mean it came private. It didn't matter. I don't know.
Centralikan sager, you can still fuck with it via reflection though lul.
Hey. Oh, yeah, reflection. var admin equals new identity. Email var authenticator equals new authenticator. Admin assert dot equal admin authenticator. Admin. This syntax is weird to me. And then why is there only one parenthesis? Like, what? Oh, I'm stupid. It's just it's the inline, like the way the lines are is confusing because that's just one thing. But still, like, what is this new? Oh yeah, so this is part of this, and then this is another. Um, yeah, so to equal admin authenticator admin. Okay. This check admin cannot be tampered with. Our admin email equals admin. Yes. Admin equals new identity. Tempered admin equals authenticator.admin. Equal admin equals value. So what is the value then? Wait, why did this test case pass? Shouldn't it have it should have failed because it should have set the email to the wrong thing. But it doesn't. It keeps the original one. I don't understand why the test case just passes by default because It even says like, oh, this is bad, it's not supposed to.
Centraliken sager, did I miss anything?
Yeah. Well, in the sense of I'm kind of confused on their task just passes automatically. I didn't do anything to change this. It says it's not supposed to pass, but it does pass, and I don't understand why. Because this here, it shouldn't pass just like it says, I think. Because then they're trying to like set it so they're trying to set it to the wrong email, and it should happen, and then the test should fail is what should happen. Because there's a set here that lets you change the value, and it's like, oh, we don't want you to change the value, so this test should fail, but it just passes. So I don't really understand that, because it tries to set the email to hacked, and that should happen, and then the test should fail. But apparently,
Centraliken sager, home.
unless that they messed up with the test, and like, I don't know, maybe they like messed up a boolean or something. No, but they're running assert.equal, or maybe they still did. I don't know. But it
Centraliken
passes.
sager, put a throw in there and see if it crashes. Centraliken sager, throw null.
What, inside of the set? Oh! Let's see. It passes still. Something's like wrong with their test case, I think.
Centraliken sager,
They
they
aren't even running it.
running it.
Oh.
Prevents en sager, call it a free win.
Okay, because if this was being run, then this should not pass in any. That's crazy. I knew there's something up with this. That's weird. Okay. Just not running it. Hey, thanks. Wait, this makes me think when throwing
Legion
exceptions.
18 säger, okay, I look away for a minute. What the fuck is
What the fuck?
throw
I
null?
don't know. Okay,
Centraliken
so here's
sager,
the
jeg har
thing.
holdt on
This is
længe
kind of
bygget op
interesting
how
to
to
me.
cause a real
But
bad
their
error.
test here passes when you don't do anything to the code. And it literally says, that's number 4. It says this should not pass. So I thought to myself, something is very wrong with the test case, because this should fail. Because it says they don't want you to be able to set the admin. So this should fail. Like, I don't understand. Like, even the test code says it
sager,
looks like it should
to
fail.
put a
So
throw
then,
null in there to see if they were even running the thing they were
yeah, he
supposed
wanted me to
to
put
run.
null to see if they were even actually running this. Because if they were,
Legion 18
it has to fail if they were actually running this, but it still passes, so it doesn't matter. This is just not being run, so they're just not testing it for some reason. That's really weird. But maybe I should still try to solve it anyway. So it says here they don't want you to be able to do this. At present, the admin identity field is returned by a call to admin. This is not ideal, as the caller can modify the field. Find a way to prevent the caller from modifying the details of admin. So then if I actually was going to solve it, then do I just get rid of the set? And that's it? It's just like No, I make it. It needs to be set only once. It needs to be read only set. No, I mean sorry. Yeah, read. No. Yes. Yes. It has to, it can only be set once. But can you do this to a set? Make it read only it.
Centraliken sager, private set.
Oh. Oh, hi, it just works okay. Oh. Not valid. Oh. What? Okay. I don't really understand read only that well and stuff. Oh, I know. This needs to be read only. The admin. Because then it can only be set once. That's, I mean, this test passed, but I mean, this is probably what it was supposed to be.
Are they trying
If it
to
had
get
run
you
the
to do
test
access
properly.
control with the public
What the
private
hell?
mechanism
Okay.
or something?
This is hard. No, this is about constants and read
works okay
onlys.
sager, holy weird syntax, what is this read only?
Holy weird syntax was
Previns
real.
en sager, works okay
Lol. It's lovely C# stuff. That cannot be assigned to except in a constructor or init. What the hell does that mean? Only setter of the type in which the field is defined. I do not understand this. It's just not English to me. Oops.
Legion 18C säger, need to remove the set method of the property.
Oh, that's all it is? Okay.
Previns en sager, unfortunately it's not Danish either. Nulmar på sager,
Oh, yeah, I just shouldn't. I just don't want it to be able to set, so I can just put git. And it only is just a thing in C# apparently. Nice. Well, the Danish GTS has not been glitching out, so that's actually kind of cool. Oh, okay. Well, bye, setter. We'll just pretend. I did it. The test case ran. It's successful.
This seems like a really silly
exercise. Does it? You think you say that about a lot of the exercises? I don't even think they do anything with this because I think they already just move on to 5. Yeah. What is this? What is this supposed to be? Ensure that the class cannot be changed once it has been created. Remove the set accessor or make it private for any appropriate property on the authenticator class or identity struct. Oh, I can make set private. I could have done that with the other one, right? Made the set private? No, that wouldn't have done anything. Would that have done anything? No, I just want to see if it does. Would this have... Oh, wait, oh, it's not running the test case, so it won't do anything. As in, like, it won't, let me know. But, if I did private, would this have solved the problem? In that it won't let it, set?
just works okay sager, well it's exorcism, it makes you do code in a specific way for the point of using it. Centraliken sager, in theory probably unless retention knows reflection.
Why did the GTS pronounce attacker as attention?
Legion 18C säger, yeah, you could also do private set, but then you also need to remove the read-only keyword.
But there is no read-only keyword being used. That's what I'm confused by, because what read-only keyword? There is no read-only. Private check.
Centraliken sager, also you probably want that curly brace on line 38.
Oh yeah, thank you. I like that you always point out when the curly braces look weird. Just like, no, It's the
Legion
codebase.
18C säger, the read-only keyword you added to the field earlier looks like you removed it already though.
Oh, I did because the compiler yelled at me and said that wasn't possible, and I was just like, okay, I won't do that anymore. That's really it. It just yells at everything. Most of the things I do, the compiler just doesn't like, and most of the time I don't really know why. I just I'm like, okay, I'll do something different.
Fuck Gimme A6.
Okay, ensure that the developers cannot be tampered with. At present, the dictionary containing...
Sager, what is this mindre end string? Identity større end syntax? Is it a generic statement?
You see, that one messed the TTS up. Well, I forgot. It's not like corrupted in the sense of like you can't understand it, but it gets all high pitched like a woman for some reason. This TTS, it's all like I'm talking normally, and it's like really annoying. I'm missing a curly brace.
Legion 18C säger, the compiler made an error because you had read-only and had a set method trying to set the value. You removed the set method and then means the read-only is fine. That's the point of read-only.
To not set.
Sombrax 14 säger, by.
Bye, Sombrax. Nice seeing you. So are you saying? Wait, do you remember what I made read-only? I thought I tried making the set read-only. Or are you trying to say that I made the identity admin thing read-only?
Brace up a line, you're still missing one.
Oh, okay. You're right. I just moved it up a line and was like, I'm good now. now I'm actually good. Thank you. You're funny.
Legion 18C säger, you made the identity admin field read-only.
Oh! This one? That I made read-only was problematic because I was trying to set... Oh, yeah! I was trying to set it. Down there. You're right.
Legion
And then...
18C säger,
yes! I see why that doesn't work. Now, that makes sense. At present, the dictionary containing the hard-coded privileged developer identities is returned by a call to get developers. This is not ideal, as the caller can modify the dictionary. Find a way to prevent the caller from modifying the details of developers on the authenticator object. Okay, so let's go to the dictionary. And then I just delete private. I don't think I had to make anything read-only. What's the point of this? Was supposed to teach read-only. The only thing I did was make these constant and then change things to private. But actually, I don't know if this will work, but this should work. Maybe.
It just works okay, Sager. Gosh, you wish he could help, but I can't see sharp at all.
Not work. So it doesn't like that. Oh, it doesn't like me putting this thing as private.
That won't work, you think.
The property or indexer, I can't just do that. Identity.email cannot be used in this context. This is inaccessible.
Or I can go back.
So I think I just have to delete it then? Like, yeah. Because I can't even make it private. Or without the compiler yelling at me.
Prevents en sager, at it just works okay in with your layer.
Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting about at. Oh, this is confusing. Okay. So none of these, deleting the set doesn't work. Doing private set doesn't work on this.
Centrally can say, you can't make it private set because then the constructor that does all the thing, the other thing won't work.
Which constructor? I'm using it somewhere? I'm using the get and set somewhere?
Centrally can say, I think it's around there.
Is this secret?
Centrally can say, new identity.
New identity. Where is that?
I send you a thing on Discord.
Oh, okay.
Centrale sager. You can set email or
Oh,
iColor
choose a
here
consent.
if they're
Thank you.
private set.
You can set email or iColor here if they're private. Wait, are you? Is this part I'm highlighting? Is this what you're talking about? Like I can't set these. I didn't think I was doing set. I don't really like properties. They're annoying. I really
Centrale
wish
sager. That is setting temp.
it is set. Oh. 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 Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Cause okay. Yeah, this is the thing. So. I have to think.
Legion 18C säger you are, when initializing values with,
You
you're
set
just
him to the
setting them
property.
through the
Okay.
property.
I think
Initialization
I should
is
just calling
really
each
just
thing one at a
syntax
time.
sugar for just calling each thing one at a time. Centrale sager. I'll send what that's identical to encoding chat in a
Hey,
not
so you
really low PC they added in it set spot in all that.
So you know what the thing that they were talking about when they were talking about in the when the compiler yelled at me, it was like init setters or whatever the hell. Like you were like, oh, I know what that is. That's cool. Um, before I could try to solve this last part of the problem with the dictionary, I'm just gonna Legion sent me a thing on Discord that apparently I can solve it. Not that part, but the part with the identity admin. It could have been solved, like, so I just wanted to look at it.
It just works okay sager. Looks alarm asterisk.
Let's say it louder. Read only field and remove sets. Private read only identity admin. Remove set. Yes. Sets. So then how? Because admin is. What's that? Admin equals admin. Oh, because it's set being the constructor and it can only be set one time. There's no set. That makes sense. Just remove the set. Yeah. Private identity admin. Huh.
Centrale sager. I sent it.
And last private sets. Private sets. Oh, wait a second. Why can't I don't understand why I can't just private sets. These too. Like, I don't understand what, I feel like that's a good solution.
Centrale sager. Look in Discord.
Oh, thanks, Legion for putting it over here in the coding talk too.
Legion 18C säger,
Okay.
because of what Centralican is showing
Legion.
you on Discord.
Oh, okay. I look. New identity. Eden equals new identity. Let's copy paste this out. I think it's this message. Nice eye color. Identical to probably compiles to as well.
Legion 18C
Identity,
säger, since they are
identity.
private, you have to set them intern ally in the struct, but you are trying to set them when you're creating them for the dictionary. Legion 18C säger, you could do them private set if you had a constructor.
Oh, since they are private, you have to set them internally in the struct. Oh yeah, that you said.
The syntax in the upper
We're
part
trying to
is
set
used
them when
as
you're creating
shorthand
them
for
for the
the lower part.
dictionary. Oh yeah. Wait, oh. Since they are private, you have to set them internally in the struct. Oh wait, this is a nested thing, right? This is a nested struct inside of the, and that's why it's not behaving the way. Like, is it? No, it's not. It's separate. No, it's not in the class. Never mind. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, but it is separate. But actually, no, it doesn't matter anyway, because this can't see all the stuff up here. So I thought it was like in. This is stupid, but I thought it was basically like I thought it could see all the code in here. I thought this was like one class, including this struct, and it was sharing.
Nested at all.
I thought it was sharing a privacy permissions with public class authenticator. That's stupid, but I thought it was. So I was like, oh, if I make it private, it should be able to access and create stuff with it as much as it wants because it's part of the class, but it's not at all. It's just a separate thing. It's a struct and it's not even in it at all. And even if it was in it, it would still be separate because it's not inheriting. Because I'm dumb. Upper part is struct for lower part. Identity can't see all the private things. Oh, an identity. So constructors, yes, constructors. So then, okay, let's see. What can I do? Then I guess I could make it a read only because I'm gonna be setting values.
Centralikensager also got a bail-in like 30 minutes for an appointment.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Säger, only in C++ does friends have
Oh yeah, that's. See, I like that. So maybe I should be. Everyone's like, oh, just do C++ instead. To go back to the real language, like, what is this? Maybe they were right.
Säger, what the hell would a read only set even be?
Revins en
You
sager.
don't even know what the hell it is. Oh yeah, because the set is a set, not read. You don't read the set. What would it? I don't know. It's like a yes, yeah. You tell me. What would it be? How would this break the laws of physics? Okay, no, we're not doing that. Okay, so.
Centralikensager, read-only volatile. Nulmar på sager, C++ is a nightmare. I would probably use Rust instead.
See the TTS turned into a girl again.
Säger, read only means to only read. Set means to change.
Oh.
E-Just works okay sager, Rust user spotted, plus 500 social credits. Revins en sager, and Nulmar på it is not. Rust is a nightmare, endless lifetime stuff.
Legion 18C säger, how do you know someone uses Rust?
Rust users spotted plus 500 social credits. Oh my god, the hype rocket.
So didn't get to the lifetime stuff yet. E-Just works okay sager, seems like somebody hates lifetime.
No, to say something nice about the Danish
E-Just
TTS.
works okay sager, random kill in there's asterisk.
Okay, even though it's like annoying when the voice gets all high pitched for some reason, the actual English pronunciation is more clear than the Swedish one. The Swedish one is like so pitchy, just because of the way the Swedish is, that it makes the English, like, it mispronounces more English words. I think I can do this. I just need to think about it. So, okay, there has to be a constructor, and then the constructor probably needs to have a modifier on it, maybe? Well, whatever, I don't know right now. I'm just gonna make it public for it until I figure this out. I think. No, this is where I think this is where the constructor is supposed to go. Oh, the read only goes here! Not in the set. I think it goes here. I had to figure out where to put that. Oh, hold on a sec. I'm getting a call. I'm gonna mute for a moment. Ah! No, everything's good. I just answered a quick call that I was getting. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all the read only goes. I hope this. I don't know if this makes sense. No, wait, no, this doesn't work because then it has a setter, so it'll yell at me again, and I don't want it to yell at me no more. So I have to do something with a constructor. Public identity. No, I need to make this not an auto property. I think that's what needs to happen. Because like this being it, I need to delete the sets. No, wait, I need the set though. This is confusing because it's like I need it because it is doing a set.
What are you even trying to?
Oh, I'm trying to do something similar to this other one. I need to make it where it can't be changed, but it needs to also be changed because the code appears using it. But I need to make it so that anything that's not the authenticator class should not be able to modify the emails and eye colors. I think that's what they want. Is returned by a call to get developers. This is not ideal as the caller can modify the dictionary. Oh wait, no. Actually, maybe no. Maybe it has nothing to do with identity. I have to change. I'll just leave this alone. I have to do something with the privacy of the thing with get developers. This is the problem. So maybe this here. Oh no. Should I find a way to prevent the call from modifying the details?
What you need to do is within the authenticator class, nothing to do with identity.
Yeah. Okay. So I was just looking in the wrong spot to try to solve that, but that's okay. Get developers is the problem. But this isn't doing anything where anything is being modified. So I don't really see how this part is the problem. It's just a return. How is returning developers a problem? Oh, because if you return developers, that's what it needs to change. Developers needs to be, where's developer? Developers here. This needs to be read only. There. Maybe.
Legion 18C säger, the problem you're having is that dictionary is a class, so returning developers lets people edit the contents of the dictionary.
Centraliken sager, it needs to be public private.
Oh yeah, I need to have one of those, yeah. Yeah, okay, it didn't work. It still doesn't. It's temperable. The problem you're having is that dictionary is a class, so returning developers lets people edit the contents of the dictionary. Oh, wait, I know. Okay, let me just change this. This didn't do anything. I need to return not a dictionary. I need to return a read-only dictionary. So I need to put it in this, which is like I think maybe that's what they want then, because they did explain that up here.
I tysk
Wrappers.
worksokay sager ved ISA public-private.
Public-private? Where? Did I do that somewhere?
Legion 18C
I don't see
säger
a public-private.
read-only dictionary.
No. No. Wait, why can I not, why do I have to return their read-only dictionary? Why can't I just, like, read only the whole dictionary and then everything becomes read-only? Why does it not work like that? I'm just curious about that.
Legion 18C säger because read-only only affects the field in the authenticator class. Dictionary has its own non-read-only fields.
Oh, only affects the field. Oh, so it just means I can't set a new dictionary into it, but it doesn't mean oh, that's what but I can still modify the fields that are inside. I just can't assign a new dictionary into the dictionary I just created, so it's useless. That's so cool. Okay. So, okay, cool.
Legion 18C
Thank
säger
you.
yes.
So I'll make so I should be able to assign a dictionary into a read-only dictionary. Like they should be I think cross-compatible with each other because they're like from the same thing. I think. So I'll just make a read-only dictionary. Read-only dictionary T. Or maybe I should have just did it down here, but and just changed this. But yeah, I think I just do it like maybe this is bad to do it like this. Why did I say online? Oh.
Legion 18C säger read online.
Yeah. Yes, it's free. Reading online is what I do. So, yeah. And developers spend a lot of time reading online, so it makes sense. I don't know why I did that.
Centraliken sager because you have a silly brain.
Wow. How could you? How could you? Calling the exorcism problem silly is one thing. Calling me silly, it's just disrespectful. Developers. I need to return.
Centraliken sager, what that's not even the worst I've said it to you. How does that earn a? How could you?
Equals developers. And then return this instead. because how could you? That's why. A field initializer cannot reference a non-static field method or property authenticator to developers. I guess I can't assign this then. This is a field reference cannot. A field initializer? Oh wait, because I need to. That's not how I make a dictionary.
Centraliken sager, confirmed calling you bad and old and wrong is worse than calling you silly. Centraliken sager, that's silly of you.
Wow.
Legion 18C säger, you can't copy another field's value like that.
Oh really?
It just works okay sager, I feel like I am actively lapping real.
Is it like the thing that's happening is like I'm trying to assign a type into another type that it can't assign it into? Is that really it? Because it's like the read-only dictionary is not the same thing as the dictionary. And I just have to make the read-only dictionary from scratch. Copy another filter.
Legion 18C säger, and also, what you're doing won't work. You're just copying the reference to the Same dictionary.
Okay, so there I can't just make this into the other thing. Oh yeah, that would be doing that too, just the reference.
Legion 18C säger, remember, you were trying to copy read-only dictionary earlier.
Was I? I was trying to copy read-only dictionary earlier. Are you talking about the thing I was doing? Where I was making the field read-only? But it wasn't affecting the, like, the things on the inside?
Legion 18C säger, read-only dictionary is
a different type. Okay.
of dictionary.
So in that case, I should just, this should not be a dictionary, it's just read-only dictionary. Yay. And then the, yeah.
Legion 18C säger, close, but not quite.
No? No! Really? What? There can't be no other way. Could not be found. I do not know how to work with this.
Legion 18C säger, or, at least, I doubt that would work, unless it has an implicit cast.
Oh, the only way to do read-only dictionary is it has to be casted into one.
Legion 18C
You can't just
säger,
make one like
read-only
this
dictionary,
because it's read-only, so you can't set it because it's read-only. Read-only dictionary. Oh, yeah, because it's like a type. Oh, it's acting like a type. Okay. Yes, it's a cuff thing. Oh. Return developers read only dictionary.
Centraliken sager, what they mentioned about setting a field to the value of another field like that, It doesn't work because the result can change depending on what order the program decides to load them in, so the compiler disallows it.
It's not. Oh, I
Nummer
read
på sager. Apparently you
only
can cast
dictionary.
dictionary to I read only dictionary.
Setting it, what they mentioned at setting for to you have another field like that, it doesn't work because the result can change depending on what order the program load them in. Disallows it. Oh. Oh, that actually makes so much sense.
Legion
Oh, that's cool.
18C
Yeah,
säger
that makes
att
sense.
Maropo you can, but they think the exercise wants you to use read-only dictionary as a type. It's mentioned in the description at least.
Oh, wait.
Nummer på sager.
Oh. Is this, what am I? Oh, but this cast doesn't work. The one I just did. The typer namespace name. Read-only dictionary could not be
Centralliggen sager.
found.
For example, public int a lig med 4, public int b lig med a. If it loads and initialize a first, then b lig med 4. If it loads and initialize b first, then a lig med 0 er lat point and therefore b is C20.
B equals A. If it loads initialize A first, then B equals 4. If it loads initialize B first, then A equals... Oh. Oh,
Legion
those can't be handled like
18C
that.
säger read-only dictionary. Dictionary is not a cast, it's a.
But what about the... Oh. But what about the, corrupt... What about in the case of, like,
Prevents en sager. Don't
it
missing
doesn't
with
matter.
tensions.
Public
A
int
lig
A.
med 4, A lig med 2, B lig med 2, D lig med 1, A lig med B lig med D, A lig med C lig med D lig med E lig med F.
Well, if it loads initialize B first, then A. That makes sense, but can't you... Like in a lot of code, can't you, doesn't that actually happen where you assign one thing to another thing to another? I never really thought about order before. Like what you said makes sense, but doesn't this like happen some, or I don't know what case I'm thinking of, but like B equals A. Because what about like in classes where you're copying the what about in classes where you're copying a memory location to another thing? That makes sense.
Centralliggen sager. You can do it after initialization or in the
Not in that
constructor,
line.
but not right there in that line.
Oh, it's where I'm doing it. You can do it after initialization.
Legion
But
18C
yes, okay,
säger
if you can do it
yes, but
after.
then you define the order. Centralliggen's point is that when
Oh.
class initialization occurs, then it would depend on the order it decides on.
Oh, so if it's like in a method, then it's fine, type of stuff, because then it's like the order is defined. But outside of a method, when it's just a field and it's not in a method, it's just floating in the class, then you can't do that, or something like that. This, like if there's an ambiguity, then it becomes a problem. So think about it like that. The order class initialization occurs.
Legion 18C säger yes.
Wow. Huh. Okay. So if I was making a field...
18C säger ambiguity is always a problem in coding.
Okay. But so if I was making like a field inside of the class where I was like int A equals 1, int A equals 2, I couldn't do that because I just did int A twice.
Might render your variables for
as
memory
well.
and read efficiency.
Okay.
Centralliggen sager. So while you write A and then B, It might do be thin A under the hood for whatever the compiler or your ET is optimized.
Legion 18
No,
säger,
yeah, that's
you
right,
can
because
do that in
field.
our method, but you can't mark it to fields called in the same type.
Oh, okay. Yes. This is actually good because in my head, as you can tell, because this happened, I did not really understand the difference between working with the like variables inside of the method versus outside in the field. Like when they're not inside of a method, then I see. Okay, so they're different. Like yeah, the things you are allowed to do and can't do, and how you're able to work with stuff changes if it's like outside. It's like in here versus in a method when you're like reassigning things to other things and stuff. Yes, that is good to know. I always kind of confused. Yeah. All right, back to the dictionary. You said, don't worry, I did not forget. Read-only dictionary is not a cast. It's a what the hell is it? It's like it's like a method, like make read-only dictionary or some crap that I have to look up. I wonder if I
Legion 18C säger, yes, what kind of method?
could
Legion 18C säger, there's a keyword missing.
oh. A keyword. Is this wrong though? Should I delete this? Or is everything right? Does everything look right and just a keyword's missing?
Legion 18C säger, a special kind of method you have to use a certain keyword with.
An object with new? That's all I can think of when it comes to like a weird method.
Centraliken sager, Centraliken sager, groups.
They is a key. Wait, I thought you were about to say that's a keyword. I'm like, that's not it. What? That'd be crazy.
Legion 18C
This?
säger, new read-only dictionary.
Oh, it
Centraliken
is
sager,
new.
it seemed too early.
Oh, new. Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah, that of course it's that. Or it's just a read-only dictionary, and then you're just making it read-only dictionary, and then feeding this as an argument. Why didn't I think of that? That's like that actually should be obvious, but I actually was so confused. Like I could not think of any other thing that you would be able to do, but this is like,
Legion 18C
oh,
säger, yes
I'm so
exactly.
dumb. No
Centraliken sager,
way.
basically they're saying you can directly cast from
Cast,
dictionary to
yeah,
read-only dictionary,
present
but you can
constructor.
paste it into the constructor as per a quick
Yeah, I
Google
could have just
search.
Google searched it, but I wanted to think about it, as part of the exercise. Most of the time I just look
which
stuff up,
really
but
think
if I
it
think
would be
about
nice
these
if you
things
could use cast IDKY.
harder, hopefully I'll make more of these types of connections. Like, that would be cool, cast. But okay, cool. No, I realize now that okay. So, here I was thinking it was just gonna solve.
Legion 18C säger,
I
at
think
Centraliken you
this
can
should be
cast it to
capitalized or
a read-only
something.
dictionary. which is what they usually do. But the description of the exercise explicitly mentioned read-only dictionary, so we did that Google search
No,
as
it
well.
should be. I think it should be.
Centralicen sager using system collections object model.
Dictionary. I spelled that right. Developers. Do I need to use a using statement? Is this just doesn't come for free? Oh, it's using. Yeah, it is a thing with using. I feel like this is the type of thing that I don't know what to using on this. This seems like kind of like a very basic thing that should just be in the basic
Centralicen
stuff.
sager audio system collections object model
Wait.
read-only dictionary.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I'll take the specific one.
Centralicen sager, since you only need it for the one line.
Yeah, yeah. Read-only dictionary. Cool.
Centralicen sager in the line.
Thank
Centralicen
you.
sager not up there.
Oh, why did I? Oh, yeah. Wait, not up there. Yeah. Oh, in the class is where I just realized like I don't know actually like
Legion
I'm not
18
100% sure where to put
säger, vi
these.
gotta run and take the dog out for his walk.
Hey, I'll see you. I'll see you, Agent. Have a good walk.
Centralicen sager.
Wait, this
Put it in
seems
the
weird.
line
This
where
seems like
you
the
are
wrong position
converting.
as well. Wait, really? Oh wait, no, the problem here was just I didn't use using, right? But I guess I could have, okay, maybe not. What?
Centralicen sager return new system collections object model read-only
Oh, I can do it
dictionary
like
mindre
that?
end thing større end
Wait,
thing.
why can I not use like a using statement like this though? Why is this wrong? I was curious about this. Is this wrong then?
Centralicen
Okay.
sager go back to your convert line where you are
Yeah,
trying
I
to
know, I
convert from
know.
dictionary to read-only dictionary.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you want me to do. I was just wondering why that didn't work, because I thought, don't you usually use using statements like that to then be able to access code? But, like, okay. I don't get that.
Centralicen sager that you probably misset the generics on read-only dictionary.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, generics. Oh, so I could have used, okay, yeah, so I could have used a using statement up here, but I didn't
Centralicen
know you could
sager
actually just drop
read-only
it in the
dictionary
line
mindre
too.
end
That's
string
cool.
identity større end.
Huh, so that's new. Cool. I did miss the generics. You're right. I thought that was like part of the how you make it. String identity. What day is it? Oh, it's Tuesday. Oh, it's still the beginning of the week. Nice. Yay! Thanks, guys. This is actually not a hard
Centralicen
problem,
sager
but I made it
alrighty
hard
gotta
by
take a like
doing a
1
lot of
time
stupid
2 timer dit
things.
for stof.
Okay, I'll see ya. Via Garovs. Have a good appointment.
Revins en sager af Centralicen sager. Centralicen sager you always make things harder.
Yeah, like I I find a way. Literally, if something is straightforward, I do. You're right. Yes, I'm definitely doing it on purpose. It's not like I actually make those mistakes. I just want things to be entertaining, you know. So So I'm doing it on purpose. And in reality, I'm actually secretly like the best coder ever. I just pretend to not be because I don't want people to feel too jealous of my skills.
Revins en sager, I'm already jealous.
Oh no, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel that way. Mark is complete. Yay. It's just complete. And then that means I think there's like only 4 more things left in the tree, and then I have one more a problem to solve that Legion made for me about reflection. Oh, I did! Oh my god, these 3 were combined into one! Defensive copying and read-only collections will stay together. I only have 1 more on the tree, and then the problem that Legion made, so that's 2 left. And then I can
Revins
actually
en
start.
sager, god dame.
Yeah, then my tree's done. And then there's still more problems to solve, but like at this point, I'll probably transition out of exorcism. I mean, I might still do some of the other problems in review, and because it can be good to solve coding problems to keep up, review concepts that I'm supposed to know, supposedly. But I can actually move on and do projects and use Unity. Because I have like tutorials and stuff that I follow within that. Oh, this will be fun. I also wanted a little brief preview. Red versus blue, Darwin style. That sounds fun. Learn about namespaces by managing car development
Revins en sager,
teams.
IDK heard Godot is all around nowadays.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And do you know, fun fact, without looking anything up, do you know what the best-selling Godot game of all time is? Was/is? Well, you could say either one. But even that is a hint in itself.
Revins en sager, I have no idea.
Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire 2.
Centraliken sager, potato.
Actually, Slay the Spire 2 is in Godot because they moved out
Revins
of
en sager,
Unity. It's like
yeah.
more kind of like a protest thing, but they decided to.
Centraliken sager, yeah.
Yeah. So that is by far like this is the best Godot game ever sold by the amount of money made and also the top of the charts. So that's pretty
Centraliken
cool.
sager, alright, I'm gone.
Bye, Corrupt. But yeah, thanks for helping me. We've almost done the whole exorcism tree together, largely because you've helped me. I appreciate that. And I can't wait to do things in Unity. I hope one day we can do projects together. It'll be fun. Bye! SCS2 is very fun too. Oh yeah, so this part I was like, what's the SCS2? I had a moment there.
Revins en sager, I think you can use C# in Godot as well.
Okay, I'm switching the TDS back to Swedish. I don't remember making all those crowns. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I could do 4 or 3 of these, depending on how difficult they are, or less. We'll see. It depends how much time I spend on this. Oh, I should change my string category now. It's 8 units.
The circle is arguably the most fundamental shape in our universe. Whether you look at the shapes of orbits of planets, whether you look at wheels, whether you look at things on kind of a molecular level, the circle just keeps showing up over and over and over again. So it's probably worthwhile for us to understand some of the properties of the circle. So the first thing when people kind of discovered the circle, and you just have to look at the moon to see a circle, but the first time they said, well, what are the properties of any circle? So the first one they might want to say is, well, a circle is all of the points that are equidistant from the center of the circle, right? All of these points along the edge are equidistant from that center right there. So one of the first things someone might want to ask is, what is that distance, that equal distance that everything is from the center? Right there. We call that the radius. The radius of the circle. It's just the distance from the center out to the edge. If that radius is 3 centimeters, then this radius is going to be 3 centimeters. And this radius is going to be 3 centimeters. It's never going to change. By definition, a circle is all of the points that are equidistant from the center point. And that distance is the radius. Now, the next most interesting thing about that, people might say, well, how fat is the circle? How wide is it along its widest point? Or if you just want to cut it along its widest point, what is that distance right there? And it doesn't have to be just right there. I could have just as easily cut it along its widest point right there.
Okay, that's fast.
I just wouldn't be cutting it.
Rewins ett säger, don't you dare call me circle fat.
Like someplace like that, because that wouldn't be along its widest
That's also a little too fast.
point. There's multiple. And it doesn't have to be just right there. I could have just as easily cut it along its widest point right there. I just wouldn't be cutting it like someplace like that, because that wouldn't be along its widest point. There's multiple places where I could cut it along its widest point. Well, we just saw the radius, and we see that widest point goes through the center and just keeps going. So it's essentially 2 radii. You get one radius there, and then you have another radius over there. And we call this distance along the widest point on the circle the diameter. So that is the diameter of the circle. And it has a very easy relationship with the radius. The diameter is equal to 2 times the radius. 2 times the radius. Now, the next most interesting thing that you might be wondering about a circle is how far is it around the circle? So if you were to get your tape measure out and you were to measure around the circle like that, if you were to measure around the circle like that, what's that distance? We call that word the circumference. Circumference of the circle. Now, we know how the diameter and the radius relates, but how does the circumference relate to, say, the diameter? If we know how it relates to the diameter, it's very easy to figure out how it relates to the radius. Well, many thousands of years ago, people took their tape measures out and they keep measuring circumferences and radiuses. And let's say when their tape measures weren't so good, let's say they measured the circumference of the circle and they would get it, well, it looks like it's about 3. And then they measure the radius of this circle right here, or the diameter of that circle, and they say, well, the diameter looks like it's about 1. So they would say, let me write this down. So we're worried about the ratio. Let me write it like this: the ratio of the circumference to the diameter. So let's say that somebody had some circle over here. Let's say they had this circle, and the first time with not that good of a tape measure, they measured around the circle and they said, hey, it's roughly equal to 3 meters when I go around it, and when I measure the diameter of the circle, it's roughly equal to 1. Said, okay, that's interesting. It's maybe the ratio of the circumference to the diameter is 3, so maybe the circumference is always 3 times the diameter. Well, that was just for this circle, but then let's say they measured some other circle here. Let's say it's like this. I drew it smaller, but let's say that on this circle they measured around it, and they found out that the circumference is 6 centimeters, roughly. They have a bad tape measure right then. And then they find out that the diameter is roughly 2 centimeters. And once again, the ratio of the circumference to diameter was roughly 3. So, okay, this is a neat property of circles. Maybe the ratio of the circumference to the diameter is always fixed for any circle.
I wish the number actually was actually 3 instead of pi, but that'd be nice.
So they said, let me study this further. So they got better tape measures. When they got better tape measures, they measured, hey, my diameter is definitely 1.
Säger, 3 is close enough.
Yeah.
They say my diameter is definitely 1, but when I measure my circumference a little bit, I realize it's closer to 3.1. closer to 3.1. And the same thing with this over here. They noticed that this ratio is closer to 3.1. And then they kept measuring it better and better and better. And then they realized they were getting this number. They just kept measuring it better and better and better. And they were getting this number 3.14159. And they just kept adding digits and it would never repeat. And it was this strange, fascinating, metaphysical number that kept showing up. And so since this number was so fundamental to our universe, because a circle is so fundamental to our universe, and it just showed up for every circle. The ratio of the circumference to diameter was this kind of magical number. They gave it a name. They called it pi. Or you could just give it the Latin or the Greek letter pi, just like that. That represents this number, which is arguably the most fascinating number in our universe. It first shows up as the ratio of the circumference to the diameter, but you're going to learn as you go through your mathematical journey that it shows up everywhere. It's one of these fundamental things about the universe that just makes you think that there's some order to it. But anyway, how can we use this in our just I guess our basic mathematics? So we know
Mysterious. So in the end, it's just like, oh, it just is what it is. Just that's how it ends up being. That number. Very mysterious. I'm just curious if it's anything more interesting about it. What did he say? Pi is the ratio of diameter to circumference. I think something like that. No, circumference is on the top. Diameter's on the bottom. CD. It's pi. So then diameter is 16 times
Rewinds ett säger,
3.14.
wow, your mouse drawing is very good. Taras Masepa
Oh,
säger,
thank you.
vinkande
And
hand.
I'm not. This isn't even a mouse. This is a trackpad on a laptop. It's even worse. Yeah. So it's horrible. I don't know. Maybe that was ironic because it is horrible. But it's a trackpad. This is supposed to be a pi, but it looks like something an N. It should have been like wee. I have a proper a little inexpensive drawing tablet that I can use though if I need to do like enough by hand math. That's why I have this whiteboard here. But I'm lazy because I have to like plug that in with the USB and stuff. So if I don't have to, I look good. Hi Tess. Hellos. 3.14 times 16
Rewinds ett
is equal
säger,
to
lol
4.
true you plugging things in is a lot of work some days.
Yeah. What is the circumference? Okay, I can't use my keyboard on that. That's annoying. I'm not going to do that. 3.14 times 12, 37.68. Or no? 12 times 4, 30. Oh, it gives me the diameter, so I don't need to multiply it by 2 because it didn't give me the radius. My bad. This is the one from the first problem. What was its radius? Is it like 8 or something? Just from memory? Oh my god, I just remember the first problem. For units. C over D. We know the circumference then. pi. Divide by pi. Right? No? This might be wrong, actually. But then the diameter would be 3,600. Is that? Well, we'll find out. It's like, is this normal? Oh, it's right. 452.16 divided by 3.14. 444. The radius. God damn it. I'm gonna have to repeat the whole thing, but that's okay. It's simple. 72. It's 2 units. What's the circumference? 4 times 3.14. 12.6. Diameter 3.4. $9.42. 8, because I just memorized it. Circle circumference of parts of circles. Interesting. Circumference of circles challenge. Circumference of rotations. Okay. All of us got circles, angles, and volume and stuff.
A candy machine creates small chocolate wafers in the shape of circular discs. The diameter of each wafer is 16 millimeters. We would get 4 pi times the area is equal to our circumference.
Oh, why did this one not start at the beginning?
So we have a circle here. Let's say that we know that its circumference is equal to 6 pi, I'll write it units, whatever our units happen to be. Let's see if we can figure out, given that its circumference is 6 pi of these units, what is the area going to be equal to? Pause this video and see if you can figure it out on your own. And
if I pause the video, then we'd be here for an eternity. And
first, think about if you could figure out the area for this particular circle, and then let's see if we can come up with a formula for given any circumference, can we figure out the area and vice versa.
Säger, why at you got it?
All right, now let's work through this together. And the key here is to realize that from circumference, you can figure out radius, and then from radius, you can figure out area. So we know that circumference, which is 6 pi, so we know 6 pi is equal to 2 pi times our radius. And so what is the radius going to be? So the radius, we're talking about that distance. Well, we can divide both sides by 2 pi. So let's do that. If we divide both sides,
wait, what? Oh, the circumference is 6 pi. I might have to think about it already. 6 pi equals to... Let's go back a bit, actually.
is 6 pi. So we know 6 pi is equal to 2 pi times our
Is it? Oh, 2 times radius of diameter. It's the formula from earlier. Yeah.
Radius. And so what is the radius going to be? So the radius, we're talking about that distance. Well, we can divide both sides by 2 pi. So let's do that. If we divide both sides by 2 pi, to solve for r, what are we left with? Well, we have an r on the right-hand side. We have r is equal to pi divided by pi, that's just 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So we get that our radius right over here is equal to 3 units. And then we can use the fact that area is equal to pi r squared to figure out the area. This is going to be equal to pi times 3.
I don't think that like explains the area formula, but okay.
Squared. Area is equal to pi r squared to figure out the area. This is going to be equal to pi times 3 squared. I don't even have to write parentheses there. Pi times 3 squared, which is of course going to be equal to 9 pi. So for this particular example, when the circumference is 6 pi units, we're able to figure out that the area, this is actually going to be 9 pi square units, or I could write units squared. What is the area of each candy? So the candy, they say it's the shape of circular discs, and they tell us that the diameter of each wafer is 16 millimeters. If I draw a line across the circle that goes through the center, the length of that line all the way across the circle through the center is 16 millimeters. So let me write that. So diameter, the diameter here is 16 millimeters. And they want us to figure out the area of the surface of this candy, or essentially the area of this circle. And so when we think about area, we know that the area of a circle is equal to pi times the radius of the circle squared, times the radius of the circle squared. You say, well, they gave us a diameter. What is the radius? Well, you might remember the radius.
Oops, that doesn't explain it either. It just gives the formula. Huh. What about the one that I was doing earlier? Does this one talk about that formula?
Or I'm telling you that the ratio of the circumference to the diameter. When I say the ratio, literally I'm just saying if you divide the circumference by the diameter, you're going to get pi. Pi is just this number. I could write 3.14159 and just keep going on and on and on, but that would be a waste of space and it would just be hard to deal with. So people just write this Greek letter pi there. So how can we relate this? We can multiply both sides of this by the diameter, and we could say that the circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. Or, since the diameter is equal to 2 times the radius, we could say that the circumference is equal to pi times 2 times the radius. Or the form that you're most likely to see it, it's equal to 2 pi r. So let's see if we can apply that to some problem. So let's say I have a circle. I have a circle just like that. The circle is arguably the most fundamental shape in our universe. Whether you look at the shapes of orbits of planets, whether you look at wheels, whether you look at things on kind of a molecular level, the circle
Get renter's insurance without calling your parents for help.
Pi r squared gives you the area of a circle. But where does pi r squared come from? First, we'll draw a circle and fill in its area. Next, we will divide it into large equal parts and arrange them in a rectangular formation. As you can see, it barely resembles a rectangle. So next, we will divide the circle into small equal pieces, and we will arrange them in the same manner. You can see that it appears more like a rectangle. So if we divide the circle into even more smaller pieces, you can see that every time the shape becomes more like a rectangle. So how small must we divide a circle before we can get a perfect rectangle? Well, we can keep on dividing the circle into small, smaller, or the smallest pieces you can make. But the answer is to divide the circle infinitely many times until we cannot distinguish the lines, and eventually the circle can now become a perfect rectangle.
Perfection.
So, the area of the circle is equal to the area of the rectangle, which is equal to base times height. The height of the rectangle, as you can see, is the same as the radius. So, height is equal to radius. To find the base, we need to look at the circumference of the circle. And when we compare the base and the circumference, we can see that the base is equal to 1/2 the circumference. Remember that the circumference is equal to 2 pi r. When we combine it with 1/2, to 2 pi r. Remember that the circumference is equal to 2 pi r. When we combine it with 1/2, the 2's cancel out, and base is equal to pi r. So now base times height becomes pi r times r. Combine the r's together and we have pi r squared, which is equal to the area of the rectangle, which is equal to the area of the circle. So pi r squared can be used to calculate the area of any size circle.
I'm happy with that. That's good enough for me. There was pigs thirsts. I already forgot what that formula was, though. 2 pi r.
Remember, the radius is half of diameter.
No, r pi r squared. Oh, I think I'd put a number in wrong and come there.
Rewins säger, Gotta get ready to go to work. Hope you have a good rest of
Aw,
your
thanks,
study.
Rewinds. Hope you have a good day at work. I thought I seen you.
Rewins säger, hej då.
Hej då.
Hej alle sammen, og velkommen tilbage til podcasten Dansk for Begyndere. Som altid er jeg rigtig glad og taknemmelig for, at du lytter med i dag. I dagens afsnit skal vi tale om musikinstrumenter. Et emne, som berører noget helt grundlæggende i os mennesker. Musik findes i alle kulturer og i alle hjem, og uanset om du selv spiller et instrument eller bare elsker at lytte, er der noget ved musik, der samler os. Så lad os gå i gang og dykke ned i dagens tema. Musik er overalt. Den spiller i baggrunden, når vi handler ind. Den følger os i bilen på vej til arbejde, og den fylder stuerne til fester og familiefejringer. Men bag al den musik er der instrumenter, og mennesker, der har lært at spille på dem. I dag skal vi tale om netop det, musikinstrumenter, hvad de kan og hvilken rolle de spiller i det danske hverdagsliv og den danske kultur. Danmark har en rig musiktradition, fra folkeviser og salmer til jazz, rock og elektronisk musik. Danskerne er et musikelskende folk, og mange danskere spiller selv på et instrument, enten som hobby eller på et mere professionelt niveau. Musikskoler findes i næsten alle kommuner, og det er meget almindeligt at sende sine børn til musikundervisning fra en tidlig alder. Lad os starte med en af de mest udbredte instrumentgrupper, strengeinstrumenterne. Som navnet antyder, er det instrumenter, der laver lyd ved hjælp af strenge. Den klassiske guitar er nok det mest populære instrument i Danmark og i hele verden. Den er relativt overkommelig at gå i gang med, og der er utrolig mange genrer, man kan spille på den, fra klassisk til rock til folkemusik. Violinen er et andet strengeinstrument, der har en lang og stolt tradition i klassisk musik. Den kræver mange års øvelse at mestre, men lyden er utrolig smuk og udtryksfuld. I Danmark er violinen en fast bestanddel af symfoniorkestre og kammermusikensembler, og der er en stærk tradition for klassisk musikuddannelse på de danske konservatorier. Og så har vi basguitaren, som måske ikke er det instrument, der stjæler mest opmærksomhed, men det er fundamentet i rigtig meget populær musik. Uden bassen vil rockbandet eller jazzkvartetten lyde meget tyndt. Og så er der selvfølgelig cello og kontrabas, som begge er store, smukke instrumenter med en dyb og varm klang, der fylder et rum på en helt særlig måde. En anden stor gruppe er blæseinstrumenterne. Her skelner man typisk mellem træblæsere og messingblæsere. Træblæserne inkluderer instrumenter som fløjte, klarinet, obo og fagot. Fløjten er et af de ældste instrumenter i verden og laver en lys og klar lyd, der kan være både blid og livlig. Klarinetten er meget brugt i klassisk musik og jazz, og den har en varm og rund klang, der er meget karakteristisk. Messingblæserne er lidt mere kraftfulde i lyden. Trompeten er nok den mest kendte. Den har en skarp og klar lyd og bruges i alt fra fanfare til jazz. Trombonen er lidt større og har en dybere lyd, og tubaen er den største af dem alle og giver den dybe, bærende bas i et orkester eller et blæserensemble. I Danmark er der en stærk tradition for korps og blæseorkestre, særligt i forbindelse med fester og højtider. Til mange byfester og parader kan man høre et blæseorkester spille, og det er en meget festlig og hyggelig del af den danske musikkultur. Men intet band eller orkester er komplet uden rytmesektionen, og her er slagtøjet i centrum. Trommesættet er det mest kendte slagtøjsinstrument i populærmusikken. Det består af flere dele: stortrommen, lilletrommen, bækkener og tomtoms, og det er trommeslagerens job at holde rytmen og drive musikken fremad. Men slagtøj er meget mere end bare et trommesæt. Der er også for eksempel xylofon i det klassiske orkester, maracas og congas i latinamerikansk musik og djembe i afrikansk musik. Slagtøj er faktisk den bredeste og mest mangfoldige instrumentgruppe af dem alle, og den findes i en eller anden form i næsten alle musiktraditioner verden over. Mange musikskoler i Danmark tilbyder trommelektion til børn og unge, og det er et instrument, der er enormt populært, måske fordi det er så fysisk og energifyldt at spille på. Klaveret fortjener sit eget afsnit, for det er et instrument, der er let for sig selv. Det er både et melodiinstrument og et akkordinstrument på én gang, og det bruges i næsten alle musikgenrer. Det klassiske flygel finder man på koncertsale og i musikskoler, mens det mere kompakte klaver, også kaldet pianino, er et af de mest almindelige instrumenter i det danske hjem. Mange danskere har lært at spille klaver som barn, og selvom ikke alle fortsætter som voksne, har de fleste en eller anden relation til instrumentet. Det er et godt udgangspunkt for at lære musikteori, fordi man kan se de forskellige toner og akkorder meget tydeligt på tangenterne. Keyboardet er den moderne og mere fleksible version af klaveret. Det kan imitere mange forskellige instrumenter og lyde, og det er meget brugt i popmusik og elektronisk musik. Det er også lettere at transportere end et rigtigt klaver, hvilket gør det populært til øverum og til optrædener. Noget af det sjoveste ved at spille et instrument er at gøre det sammen med andre. Når man spiller i et band, et orkester eller et ensemble, handler det ikke kun om at spille sit eget instrument godt. Det handler om at lytte til de andre og skabe noget fælles. Det kræver øvelse, tålmodighed og en god portion samarbejdsevne. I Danmark er der rigtig mange amatørorkestre, kor og bands, der mødes regelmæssigt for at øve og optræde. Det er en fantastisk måde at møde nye mennesker på og dyrke en fælles passion. Mange kommuner støtter lokale musikforeninger, og det er generelt nemt at finde et fællesskab, uanset hvilken genre eller hvilket instrument man spiller. Musikfestivaler spiller også en stor rolle i den danske musikkultur. Roskilde Festival er nok den mest kendte. Det er en af de største musikfestivaler i Europa, og den samler hvert år 10.000 af musikelskere fra hele verden. Men der er også mange mindre festivaler rundt omkring i landet, der fejrer alt fra jazz til folk til elektronisk musik. Mange drømmer om at lære et instrument, men ved ikke rigtig, hvor de skal starte. Det første og vigtigste skridt er at vælge et instrument, der tiltrækker en, både lyden og udseendet. Hvis man elsker lyden af guitar, er det svært at blive motiveret til at øve på klaver, uanset hvor fint et instrument det er. Herefter handler det om at finde en god lærer eller et godt kursus. I Danmark er musikskolerne et oplagt sted at starte, og der er tilbud til alle aldersgrupper. Mange voksne tror, at det er for sent at lære et instrument, men det er det aldrig. Det kræver mere tid og tålmodighed end for et barn, men det er fuldt ud muligt og enormt givende. Øvelse er nøglen. Selv en halv time om dagen kan gøre en stor forskel over tid. Og det smukkeste ved musik er, at der altid er noget nyt at lære og opdage, uanset hvor dygtig man bliver. Og med det sagt var det alt for i dag. Tusind tak, fordi du lyttede med. Jeg håber, du kunne følge med, og at du måske har fået lyst til at støve et gammelt instrument af eller prøve kræfter med et helt nyt. For det er aldrig for sent at lade musikken komme ind i livet. Hvis du har lyst til at støtte podcasten med et lille beløb, kan du gøre det på Buy Me a Coffee. Linket er i podcastbeskrivelsen. Det er naturligvis helt frivilligt, og alt indhold er gratis. Det vigtigste er, at du lærer dansk og har glæde af episoderne. Jeg håber, vi høres ved igen næste gang. Indtil da, pas rigtig godt på dig selv. Hej hej. Hej alle sammen, og velkommen tilbage til podcasten Dansk for begyndere. Som altid er jeg rigtig glad og taknemmelig for, at du lytter med i dag. I dagens afsnit skal vi tale om musikinstrumenter. Et emne, som berører noget helt grundlæggende i os mennesker. Musik findes i alle kulturer og i alle hjem, og uanset om du selv spiller et instrument eller bare elsker at lytte, er der noget ved musik, der samler os. Så lad os gå i gang og dykke ned i dagens tema. Musik er overalt. Den spiller i baggrunden, når vi handler ind. Den følger os i bilen på vej til arbejde, og den fylder stuerne til fester og familiefejringer. Men bag al den musik er der instrumenter, og mennesker, der har lært at spille på dem. I dag skal vi tale om netop det, musikinstrumenter. Hvad de kan, og hvilken rolle de spiller i det danske hverdagsliv og den danske kultur. Danmark har en rig musiktradition, fra folkeviser og salmer til jazz, rock og elektronisk musik. Danskerne er et musikelskende folk, og mange danskere spiller selv på et instrument, enten som hobby eller på et mere professionelt niveau. Musikskoler findes i næsten alle kommuner, og det er meget almindeligt at sende sine børn til musikundervisning fra en tidlig alder. Lad os starte med en af de mest udbredte instrumentgrupper, strengeinstrumenterne. Som navnet antyder, er det instrumenter, der laver lyd ved hjælp af strenge. Den klassiske guitar er nok det mest populære instrument i Danmark og i hele verden. Den er relativt overkommelig at gå i gang med, og der er utrolig mange genrer, man kan spille på den, fra klassisk til rock til folkemusik. Violinen er et andet strengeinstrument, der har en lang og stolt tradition i klassisk musik. Den kræver mange års øvelse at mestre, men lyden er utrolig smuk og udtryksfuld. I Danmark er violinen en fast bestanddel af symfoniorkestre og kammermusikensembler. Og der er en stærk tradition for klassisk musikuddannelse på de danske konservatorier. Og så har vi basguitaren, som måske ikke er det instrument, der stjæler mest opmærksomhed, men det er fundamentet i rigtig meget populær musik. Uden bassen vil rockbandet eller jazzkvartetten lyde meget tyndt. Og så er der selvfølgelig cello og kontrabas, som begge er store, smukke instrumenter med en dyb og varm klang, der fylder et rum på en helt særlig måde. En anden stor gruppe er blæseinstrumenterne. Her skelner man typisk mellem træblæsere og messingblæsere. Træblæserne inkluderer instrumenter som fløjte, klarinet, obo og fagot. Fløjten er et af de ældste instrumenter i verden og laver en lys og klar lyd, der kan være både blid og livlig. Klarinetten er meget brugt i klassisk musik og jazz, og den har en varm og rund klang, der er meget karakteristisk. Messingblæserne er lidt mere kraftfulde i lyden. Trompeten er nok den mest kendte. Den har en skarp og klar lyd og bruges i alt fra fanfare til jazz. Trombonen er lidt større og har en dybere lyd, og tubaen er den største af dem alle og giver den dybe, bærende bas i et orkester eller et blæserensemble. I Danmark er der en stærk tradition for korps og blæseorkestre, særligt i forbindelse med fester og højtider. Til mange byfester og parader kan man høre et blæseorkester spille, og det er en meget festlig og hyggelig del af den danske musikkultur. Men intet band eller orkester orkester er komplet uden rytmesektionen, og her er slagtøjet i centrum. Trommesættet er det mest kendte slagtøjsinstrument i populærmusikken. Det består af flere dele: stortromme, lilletromme, bækkener og tom-toms. Og det er trommeslagerens job at holde rytmen og drive musikken fremad. Men slagtøj er meget mere end bare et trommesæt. Der er også for eksempel xylofon i det klassiske orkester, maracas og congas i latinamerikansk musik, og djembe i afrikansk musik. Slagtøj er faktisk den bredeste og mest mangfoldige instrumentgruppe af dem alle, og den findes i en eller anden form i næsten alle musiktraditioner verden over. Mange musikskoler i Danmark tilbyder trommelektion til børn og unge, og det er et instrument, der er enormt populært, måske fordi det er så fysisk og energifyldt at spille på. Klaveret fortjener sit eget afsnit, for det er et instrument, der er let for sig selv. Det er både et melodiinstrument og et akkordinstrument på én gang, og det bruges i næsten alle musikgenrer. Det klassiske fløjel finder man på koncertsale og i musikskoler mens det mere kompakte klaver næsten alle musikgenrer. Det klassiske flygel finder man på koncertsale og i musikskoler, mens det mere kompakte klaver, også kaldet pianino, er et af de mest almindelige instrumenter i det danske hjem. Mange danskere har lært at spille klaver som barn, og selvom ikke alle fortsætter som voksne, har de fleste en eller anden relation til instrumentet. Det er et godt udgangspunkt for at lære musikteori, fordi man kan se de forskellige toner og akkorder meget tydeligt på tangenterne. Keyboard er et udgangspunkt for at lære musikteori, fordi man kan se de forskellige toner og akkorder meget tydeligt på tangenterne. Keyboardet er den moderne og mere fleksible version af klaveret. Det kan imitere mange forskellige instrumenter og lyde, og det er meget brugt i popmusik og elektronisk musik. Det er også lettere at transportere end et rigtigt klaver, hvilket gør det populært til øverum og til optrædener. Noget af det sjoveste ved at spille et instrument er at gøre det sammen med andre. Når man spiller i et band, et orkester eller et ensemble, handler det ikke kun om at spille sit eget instrument godt. Det handler om at lytte til de andre og skabe noget fælles. Det kræver øvelse, tålmodighed og en god portion samarbejdsevne. I Danmark er der rigtig mange amatørorkestre, kor og bands, der mødes regelmæssigt for at øve og optræde. Det er en fantastisk måde at møde nye mennesker på og dyrke en fælles passion. Mange kommuner støtter lokale musikforeninger, og det er generelt nemt at finde et fællesskab, uanset hvilken genre eller hvilket instrument man spiller. Musikfestivaler spiller også en stor rolle i den danske musikkultur. Roskilde Festival er nok den mest kendte. Det er en af de største musikfestivaler i Europa, og den samler hvert år 10.000vis af musikelskere fra hele verden. Men der er også mange mindre festivaler rundt omkring i landet, der fejrer alt fra jazz til folk til elektronisk musik. Mange drømmer om at lære et instrument, men ved ikke rigtig, hvor de skal starte. Det første og vigtigste skridt er at vælge et instrument, der tiltrækker en. Både lyden og udseendet. Hvis man elsker lyden af guitar, er det svært at blive motiveret til at øve på klaver, uanset hvor fint et instrument det er. Herefter handler det om at finde en god lærer eller et godt kursus. I Danmark er musikskolerne et oplagt sted at starte, og der er tilbud til alle aldersgrupper. Mange voksne tror, at det er for sent at lære et instrument, men det er det aldrig. Det kræver mere tid og tålmodighed end for et barn, men det er fuldt ud muligt og enormt givende. Øvelse er nøglen. Selv en halv time om dagen kan gøre en stor forskel over tid. Og det smukkeste ved musik er, at der altid er noget nyt at lære og opdage, uanset hvor dygtig man bliver. Og med det sagt var det alt for i dag. Tusind tak, fordi du lyttede med. Jeg håber, du kunne følge med, og at du måske har fået lyst til at støve et gammelt instrument af eller prøve kræfter med et helt nyt. For det er aldrig for sent at lade musikken komme ind i livet. Hvis du har lyst til at støtte podcasten med et lille beløb, kan du gøre det på Buy Me a Coffee. Linket er i podcastbeskrivelsen. Det er naturligvis helt frivilligt, og alt indhold er gratis. Det vigtigste er, at du lærer dansk og har glæde af episoderne. Jeg håber, vi høres ved igen næste gang. Indtil da, pas rigtig godt på dig selv. Hej hej.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be on later to finish the second one. Bye guys. Bye.